Hello and welcome to the RIS520 Project 2 video demonstration. Today I'm going to be showing you how to complete 3 separate challenges on the OWASP Juice Shop web application. Today we're going to be primarily focusing on level 1 level 4 challenge, that is the expired coupons challenge, and 2 level 5 challenges. They are going to be change vendor's password and email leak. With that in mind, let's get right into it. So we're going to begin with the expired coupon challenge, which asks us to successfully redeem an expired campaign coupon code. So to do this, we're going to have to access one of the accounts in order to get on the shopping cart and apply a coupon. We're just going to log in as one of the users, for example this one, and the simple way to bypass the authentication is using a SQL injection as such, and that way every password should be the correct one. So for this one, we're going to add anything to our basket. For example, let's add banana juice. Let's go to our basket. We'll get rid of this one and just keep the banana one and go to checkout. Select address, 1-day delivery, any one of those would work too. Pick our credit card and we're going to apply a code, a coupon code. So we're going to need to find one that's expired and is specifically for some sort of campaign that they were trying to promote. So in order to find one of these coupons, we're going to go into Inspect Element. We're going to go into Debugger. We're going to load up the main JSON file. We're going to look up for anything related to campaign. So here you go. So here lists all the campaign coupons that are valid on the site. So there's ones for 2019, 2020, 2021, etc. We're going to look on this one specifically because it's 2020 today, and so this one would be expired. So it's saying it's valid on this specific timestamp. So if all we need to do is change the timestamp on our own machine, which will trick the server into believing that's the exact same date, and therefore it will think the coupon is valid, even though it's really not. So all we're going to do is open up a timestamp converter. We're going to copy this timestamp into here. And it's going to say the timestamp is valid on March 7th of 2019. So in order to do this, to change the date of our machine, what we're going to do is run this command. Set it to March 7th at 11 p.m. There you go, our date is now changed. So now if we go back here and apply that coupon, it should work, but it doesn't. So the reason I think it didn't work is because the timestamp on the website is incorrect. It meant to do the date after it. So if we go again into the Inspect Element and search up campaign, it says the code is WMNSDY 2019. So perhaps it meant to have the date after it. So instead of March 7th, March 8th. So I searched up if there's anything relevant on March 8th, 2019. Or at least March 8th in general. March 8th is International Women's Day, which would explain why the code is spelled like such. It says Women's Day 2019. So all we got to do is instead change the date to March 8th, 2019, and we'll pick a different time. Let's do just 11 p.m. just to be safe. Just to confirm our date is changed, we're going to go back, copy again, escape, and we'll apply the code again. See if this time it works, and it does. It says 75% discount. Perfect. So all we got to do to complete this challenge is click continue, place our order, and we solve the challenge. So now we'll move on to the level 5 challenges. So now that we successfully completed the first challenge, we're going to move on to the next one in level 5. So the first one we're going to start off with is changing Bender's password, which asks us to change Bender's password into Storm Classic without using SQL injection or forgetting password. So we're going to copy the password for later use. We're going to, since we're already signed in as Bender from before, we're going to go into privacy and security and change password. So the problem with this is that we do not know his current password. As seen before, we had to bypass that. So we're going to have to find a way to work around this. So if we give it some sort of password, doesn't matter what it is, we'll put in Slurm Classic as a new one. We'll go into the elements, we'll go into network to see if there's any kind of requests that the API gets to see if we can use anything useful. So if we click change, we get a 401 error, which means that it is unauthorized, which is mainly because the current password is incorrect, but that is to be expected. It's also a GET request, which has 3 different parameters. First one being the current one, the current password, new password, and the repeated password. So we can actually edit and change this in order to resend the GET request. All we're going to do is just get rid of the current field as such. So just ask for the new password and the repeated new password. So if we send it again, we get a 200, which means it went through successfully. And as seen at the top here, the challenge has been completed. So if we log out and then log back in again, it will work. So now that we have completed the second challenge, we're going to move on to the last one, email leak. This one asks us to perform an unwanted information disclosure by accessing data cross-domain. So for this, we're actually going to log out of our account. We're going to log back in. We're going to use the same email, but we're going to give it an incorrect password so we can stay on this page and view the request that we send. So we're going to go to network. We're going to send the incorrect password. We're going to view this GET request right here. So here, it's sending the API at REST user who am I. And this is just getting the information from the user, specifically from the email field, just to know who the user is. It's sitting here in the response payload. So we're going to actually pull more information by going back into the headers. We're going to edit and resend the request. We're actually going to use a callback function in order to pull more information from a function that we know. Since we don't need to know any function, we're just going to name it whatever we want. It will still end up working the same way. So if we resend it and go back to this request, the request status is 200, so it worked. And if we go back to the response, it was trying to pull some information from the function, whatever we named it. And as such, if there was a real function, we'd get more information from the user. So the task has been completed. So if we go back to the scoreboard, we can see the task or the challenge is completed. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.